Hello everybody, how's it going? I'm Alejandro Perez, the CGI Nerd, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at setting up basic blueprints for loops. So this is part of a blueprint basics tutorial series that I'm working on, so if you are interested in that, check out the playlist for that whole series of videos. Other than that, let's get started at taking a look at loops. To start off, what we're going to do is create a blueprint class. Gonna make it an actor. Let's just call this my blueprint. Drag that into the scene. Double click here. We're gonna get some user inputs. So let's go to class defaults and down in the input section, I'm gonna set the auto receive inputs from player 0 just so that we can see the script work. Here, I don't need any of these events. I do want a left mouse button. And basically we're gonna have a set of actions loop after we push the left mouse button. Okay, and the type of loop we're going to do is a for loop. And there's a few different ones. The ones that you might use are the for each or the for loop here, pretty commonly. So I'm going to start off with the for loop. It's a little bit simpler to kind of look at. So we're going to take the execution of the left mouse button press and tell it to execute the loop here. Then whatever we have connected out this way, we want it to do it based off of these values. So right now it's going from 0 to 0, so it's not going to execute at all because it's looping 0 times. But if we increase this, it'll loop once and so forth. So I'm going to have the last index be 5, and it's going to do one loop for 0, then 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And just so that we can see this work, let's take this and do a print string. There you go. So we have a print screen. Each time it's loop, it's going to print hello. And let's just compile this and test it really quick. So let's go here and test it so that you guys can see. Here, when I click on the button, it prints it hello 5 different times. So, or does it 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5. So that is pretty useful if you want to repeat something over and over again. We can have it change each loop depending on what we connect into it. A quick example would be we can take the index number, for example. So we're taking that integer, converting it to a string, and then just printing it out. So let's compile this and let's play it here. And when I click, you can see it goes 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it does that pretty quick. If I move around and I click, you can see that it's able to keep it fast. I can keep on clicking and it's able to run. Something to be careful with these loops is that it's going to go through this whole thing and execute it before it keeps on doing anything else. So as we increase this, let's try 1,000 really quick. So it's going to try to loop this 1,000 times and just print out those numbers. So if I move, my computer's fast enough to handle it. Now let's try just adding another 0. So this is going to be 10,000. Yep, 10,000. Okay, we'll compile that and try it again and see if it can run this time. So here, you can see that it stutters a little bit for a split second. And this depends on your computer and how much memory you have. So if you have less, it will take longer. Let's try 100,000, and we should really see it slow down quite a bit now. So there, it took a moment before it would do anything. And I'm going to push forward, push the button, and you can see that it freezes, but it's fine, it keeps on going. So we want to make sure that we are being responsible with the number of loops that we are having it do, because it can actually significantly slow down your game, and you don't want it to stall out like that. So let's just do 5 right now, and I'm going to delete this really quick, that conversion node. And what I want to do is just kind of show you that we can format it or do things in between here to be able to get a specific result. So let's do a format text. Format. There we go, format text. Okay, so here in the format text, I'm going to take the result of that and put that into the string. So rather than hello, it's going to put whatever we put in here. And this is going to be a loop. So we're going to say I have looped. And then if I put in curly brackets, I can create a variable here, or it's something that it looks for to get an input for that string format. So I'm going to say number, and then I'll write times. So now that I've gotten out of there, you can see that it adds the number variable there. We can plug that in, and then it takes it and pumps it into the string. So let's compile this and test it out. Play. So you can see as I click, it goes through and it loops the action however many times we need it to loop. Again, it goes 0 through 5. And we're kind of adding it and kind of making it change a little bit with the loop each time that we've executed. We also have a completed section, basically. We can take that and do whatever we want with it once it's finished looping. Let's do a print string, and we can just say loops have completed. Okay, so there we go. Let's compile this, and let's take it here, play, and when I click, you can see it loops the 0 through 5, and then it goes at the end, loops have completed. So that is a good way to get something that does something a certain amount of times and then it has a final result. That's how you would do that with the loop that we have here. So that is the for loop. Let's take a look at the for each loop. So I'm going to do for loop. What we're looking at is the for each loop. So when we connect this here, we have different things that are going to be able to be accessed. So here we're going to need an array. So let's create a variable. And let's say players near me. Okay, and then over here on the right hand side, I can click on it and make it an array. There we go. I'm going to compile this. And here we can add, we don't have anything plugged in, that's why it's giving us an error, but I just want to go to players near me. So here we can add an element, and here instead of Boolean, what I'm going to do is make sure that it is a string. True, false, it is a string. Oh, it's because we need to build this again. So let's build this again, and then now, there we go. So if you created the array, but it was on Boolean first, just make sure you rebuild it again, and then you get the inputs. So let's say this is Tom. Can add another one. Bill. Fred. J. So we have these players in the array. So let's drop this in, and we will get players near me and plug that into the array section there. So now you can see if we build it, it should get rid of that error. And here in the loop body, let's go ahead and do a print string. And in this case, let's just go ahead and print the array element when it goes through. So what's going to happen is when this is looping, we have an array which has 4 different elements. In this case, 4 different names. And then we're printing that out as a string. So it's doing something for each element on the array. So let's compile this and play. So each time I play it, I can get their names. I just escaped out and then coming back over here. Let's say we wanted to do something similar like in the last lesson where we had a modified format of text. Format text. There you go. So we can take the format here. So we're taking the, oops, I don't need that, sorry. I'm going to take the result and plug it into the string. That's what I wanted to do. Okay, so now I want to format it, and I can say in curly brackets, player is near me. Okay, so then I get access to player. I can create the array element and plug it in there. And then I can print this out. So let's compile this. And let's go down and play. And here you can see it gives us the player's name, and it says is near me. That is great. So what if we wanted to do the index, array index? That's basically, if we look at the player here, we have 0, 1, 2, 3. If we wanted to, we can use those as well. So let's say we'll do in curly brackets index, and then just do that. Okay, so then I get access to the index. Let's compile this and play it here. When I click, you can see it goes 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 0, 1, 2, 3 in this case, and it says that particular player is near me. So depending on what is in that array, it will give you more or less items because it's going to loop through each item in that array. And then we can do a completed action. Let's say a print string. There you go. And then we can say there are no more players near you. Okay, so let's compile this and let's play. Here when I click, you can see that it's broken up. When the loop finishes, there are no more players near you. We check, we can see who's near me, and that's pretty cool. Each time I click, it checks to see what is in that array, and then outputs that value. Alright, so that is it for loops. I hope you found this useful. We'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.